Hi everyone, this is Agent Lozen, and for today's Winning Tips and Tricks special, Ducktales. I did a formal episode of Ducktales about a week ago, and so today I'm following it up. Let's get started. First of all, you can select your difficulty right off the bat. Easy mode gives you 2 times the health. Normal mode is just the way the game was intended to be played, which is actually sort of hard. And then difficult mode reduces the amount of health items that drop. So we'll just play normal mode. I'm sure difficult isn't too much worse. As I said in the video, I like to start in Transylvania, so let's do that now. Alright. Okay, with Scrooge, you can jump with A, like this. It's a lot like Mega Man. I think it's based on Mega Man's engine, actually. And then you can attack by holding down and pressing B while you're in the air, which will do you a cane thing, like this. Additionally, you can bounce off it, too. So not only can you attack, but you can also bounce off it. These chests hold loot of some sort, and you can bounce off those to open them up. Additionally, you can do it like a golf swing. If you hold against a wall, you can golf swing by pressing B. So in Transylvania, the reason I start here is because early in the game, I like to fill up my health bar. There are those 2 health power-ups throughout the game, and the sooner I can get those, the less likely I am to die, and the better this game is going to go. So that's why we're here. I know, if you like the music to the moon or something, maybe you want to start there, but I just think it makes the most sense to be in Transylvania. See, I'm already almost dead. No. The ghosts can't be killed. You need the golf swing again to open it. So you need to avoid them, and they have big sprites also, the ghosts. So they're kind of a pain. But just get through them, I guess. Don't linger too long. So anyway, this vine here you can cross just by bouncing off it. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to hold down if you're holding B. So if I let go of the D-pad, I'll just bounce like this, if I hold B. I use this part in my video to describe the different kinds of big gems you get. The yellow ones are cheap, the red ones are worth a lot more. These ice creams are worth 1 hit point, they refill 1 hit point. And the cake I got earlier refills all your hit points. So now we're back at the beginning of the mansion. That's where this mirror takes us. I don't want to talk to Wendy Koopa, or whatever her name is. I went to the right first because it's a dead end and there's just loot. But if you want to continue the mansion, we're going to go up now. Wendy Koopa just told us to save Huey, but you really don't have to. There's no consequence for not saving him. And I think it's just a waste of time, so we're not going to do it. We'll golf swing these ball and chains to kill these dudes. Otherwise you can't just bounce off them, like that. Now our health power-up is right over here. We're actually kind of early in this stage still. And if you're doing a speed run, you could just come here immediately. By the way, these caskets will have loot in them sometimes, or ghosts. So here's our health power-up behind that hidden wall. And now I have 4 permanent health containers. It's almost like a big heart in Zelda, a heart container. Alright, now if you just want to fight the boss, you can go through the wall right here, and you'll be mostly there. But this game, it's wise to have a lot of lives. And in Transylvania there are 2 of them, so here's one. It's like a little duck doll. And then if you go through this mirror, you'll be taken to the other life. So if you just want to get through the game, duck here by the way. They need the opportunity to fight the boss earlier, but I want to show you where the lives are. And any loot I can find too. The loot isn't terribly important. By the way, to the right is the life, but we're gonna get the loot first. The loot isn't actually super important. You can not get any loot and still beat the game just fine. Additionally, you can get a whole bunch of loot and get basically the same outcome. But if you go down here, you'll be taken back to the beginning, and that's not what we want. So we're going back. I like to kill this guy first, because he becomes a problem. Ice cream, whatever. This guy, I think, yeah, he'll spawn like a weird... Is it like a snake? Like a cobra? I'm not even sure what this thing is. It's an enemy, though. Here's our second life. Alright, regarding loot, if you have over $10 million at the end of the game, you'll get a special ending. Additionally, there's a way to have no money, like literally $0 at the end of the game, and you get another special ending. But unless you fulfill one of those requirements, you won't get like any particularly neat ending. So like I said earlier, you can get a whole bunch of loot, or not very much, and basically it comes out to the same thing, unless you're really trying for a specific ending. The right mirror, by the way, the left one takes you somewhere dumb. You might have noticed by now, but occasionally gems, you can trigger them to spawn by stepping in certain areas. Oops. Like when you step, yeah, like inside that little hole there, you get a bunch of gems to spawn. And those are static spawns, by the way. They'll always be there. You get the first boss. Don't attack her in bird form unless she's really low to the ground. And then when you do attack her, bounce over her, because her attacks will fire out in front of her, like a shotgun spread. Kind of like that. I'll try and identify when she's low enough. Yeah, see, this is the low bird. You can attack her now. Maybe I'll get 2. No, good enough. And at the end of every stage, you get a treasure that's worth $1 million. Alright, so they'll count up all your money. And most stages are like this. You'll have roughly 1.5 million at the end of every one. There are some stages where that's the exception, or where there's an exception, but this isn't one of them. So it goes to my total money, and like I said, at the end of the game, if you have over $10 million, you'll get a special ending. Now let's get the second health up, which is in the Himalayas, which is the reason I took us there in my winning tips and tricks video. The snow will get Scrooge stuck. Is that a good way to say that? It's not a big deal. You can still attack the enemies, but you just can't bounce in the snow. Honestly, I don't know where all the loot is. If you're trying for a the best money ending, you just jump around and you'll gradually kind of figure out where it's at. And I can't seem to find any right now. Those goats are a pain in the butt. They have like I mean, it's not a weird pattern, but it's kind of difficult to see like that. It's difficult to contend with sometimes. But when you're up high, when you're above them, they're easy to kill. We're gonna skip this first rope because there's a better way to go underground, which is the way we need to go, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. There's a hole right here, and if this goat would get the hell out of the way, it wasn't even worth it. All right, so we're gonna fall down here. This is like a secret entrance into the cave, and there's loot here, which is cool. And also, the real reason you want to come down here is because there's a life. Right there. So we're up to 5 now. Alright, this is the cave level 1, which is where the rope would have taken you earlier. And by the way, here's, what's his name? Dashhound, Duckburg, Alleyway. I don't remember his name. I'll come back to it. I'm just going to say it. Like in 30 seconds, I'm going to say it, and it's just going to come back to me. Anyway, we want to go down to level 2. Launchpad is his name. His name is Launchpad. So we're technically at the bottom level of the cave right now. You slide on this ice, by the way. It's not a big deal, just if you're curious. These aren't penises. These are ice walls. And on the bottom level of the cave, we just go all the way over. I hate listening to these guys. It's time waste. And you'd think there'd be loot, but there's not. Oh, well. Oops. Oh yeah, the icicles fall. So when we get to the very end, oh, by the way, this isn't normal snow. You can bounce off it. You don't get stuck. We'll find Bubba at the end, and he's going to grant us our second life power-up. I think he's a little easier to find than the Transylvania one. So here it is, just like the other one. When I've gone back and watched these Let's Plays, I've thought to myself, I've noticed that I think I say or Nah, I just said that twice, didn't I? You know, those words you're not supposed to say during decent presentations. Like, I don't even think Donald Trump says that kind of stuff during his debates. And that guy's pure evil. So I'm making an effort to not say, or filler words like that. And I hope you appreciate it. What was this guy's name again? Launchpad. By the way, Launchpad, he will take you back to Duckburg. Like he's saying right now. If you go back... my brain's stalling out. If you go back, you'll leave the level, and you'll be allowed to return to the level just like normal, and all the loot in the level, with some exceptions, will respawn. You jerk. So if you're going for that best ending with all the money, here's a hidden thing, by the way. You'll want to like collect all the money in the stage, and then go find Launchpad, and let him reset the stage for you. Alright, we'll golf swing. You see how I'm still in the golf swing stance? We'll golf swing these ice blocks, and then you can get over that wall. When I first encountered this place, a while ago when I first played this game, I didn't know how to deal with it. That's another invulnerability thing. I don't like the music, so I don't like to grab it. And then on the way back, I don't think there's anything over here. No, I'm sorry, something just popped. On the way back, you'll just kind of fall through the ceiling from before. So anyway, here, Jason Voorhees ducks. We're kind of jerks because they knock those ice blocks at you. I think there's loot over here, and these spiders always kill me. Let me see if I can get it for you. Oh shit. Yeah, I think it's just a like a cake or something. And I've thought before when I've gotten it, like I've died 2 or 3 times because the spiders knocked me off, and I've thought it's not worth getting that. By the way, I think this hole will take you down to the bottom level. So now, whenever I play through this part, I just skip that that last area. So we'll go up this rope now, and we're gonna go. Watch out for the blue balls. We'll be going to a new area entirely. We're kind of like in the sky now. This is unlike anything we've been to, and it doesn't really make sense with the layout. So here's the smiling dog. You can bounce off him, and then golf swing some stuff up here. And now there's a loot room. I think all it is the chest. But in the chest is a red gem, which is actually worth a lot of money. It's 50k. It's always worth getting the red gems. And then like the stuff respawns again. Okay, we're almost at the boss. This platform is funny. It doesn't start when you jump on it, it starts when you're over it. You see? You'll spawn a cake here. You don't have to worry about keeping up with it, it stops right away. So if you're low on health, grab the cake and then just do a big jump. Now we're at the boss. What a weird door. It just looks like it's not right. This boss reminds me of Airman from Mega Man 2. Just sort of the nature of dodging everything in the fight. I don't know. In a lot of ways, this game reminds me of Mega Man 2. In the music, and then in the graphics, the presentation, and I think it was made around the same time by the same company, Capcom. So I think a lot of comparisons can be drawn. Alright, so that's the second area. I mean, there is no true second area. You can go wherever you want to. You see how the money was made of the same, like 1.4 million, or 140... What was the number? 1.4 million? Yeah. Every stage is roughly like that. All these stages are like a similar level of difficulty, so anywhere you start is fine. I just like to get those health ups. There are only 2 in the game. We have both of them now, so you can go where you want. A lot of people love the Moon's music, and I'm one of them. I really like the Moon's music. I like the Amazon's music. I don't like the mines. And that's the reason I took us to the Amazon. But we can go to the moon if you want to. Do you want to? Post in the comment section below and tell me if you want to. This is stupid, I'm sorry guys. Amazon. Yeah, it's the Harambe stage. God, I hate this. I just want to get out of here. At the beginning of the Amazon, it makes the most sense, loot-wise, and just game progression-wise, to go underground where this vine is. There's a hidden loot room to the left, so we'll bounce up here. Whoops. There we go. Bounce up here. We'll grab our hidden loot room, which I think also has like a cake or something. I thought? No? Okay, I'm wrong. I'm not super awesome at this game. Oh, there's ice cream. As a matter of fact, I only really got to play it in the last year or so. I bought it for my NES, but I like it well enough. Everyone praises this game. They're like, oh, Ducktales, one of the best NES games. And frankly, I think they're right. This is actually a really cool game. But I think I only played it once as a kid. I mean, just briefly like over a friend's house or something. Did I get... Oh yeah, I did. I got both of the rooms. There are 2 over there. I don't like these spiders. You would think they would always swing down at you, but after they do once, then they just sort of like do a cooldown for a few seconds. So sometimes I don't know what to do with the spiders. Tricky bounces, but you can get across is fine. And even if you do get hit, like this for example, there's a cake right here to fully restore you. The reason we came here is for this life though, so I'm up to 6 now. I can't do the full bounce, otherwise you'll hit the thing in the ceiling. So I'm coming back up here, and I didn't show this in my video, but I hate these bees. No, Harambe. I'm trying to avoid them on purpose. There's a loot to the left if you didn't go the underground route. And it's, again, if you're just picking up all the loot, it's worth visiting here. These damn bees. So if you look at the ceiling, there's one vine that doesn't actually mount into it, right here, and there's a hidden room. With red gems. Again, the red gems are really cool. They're worth so much. Alright, so now we're getting back on track. By the way, these flowers, if you're curious, you can't bounce on them. So you can attempt to bounce on them, but they'll hurt you. It's just don't do it. Now you can just sort of dive off here to get this loot to the right, but I think the most reliable way is to bounce off a bee. At the same time though, you get your butt kicked, so careful. Red gem though. Like I've been saying this whole time, if you're just, trying to get through this game as fast as you can, who cares? I'm a little roughed up, but there's loot. I mean, there's health right here. Ice cream, so take it. Avoiding the plants. And these bees. Hey guys, B stands for bitches. I think that every time I say bees. That's so stupid. Damn launch pad. Alright, we're getting there, we're almost done. There's another Harambe. That one block to your left, it's breakable, and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe there's loot in there. But really there's nothing over there, and if you bounce off the block, your head will get stuck in the plant. So that's not something we're gonna do. Alright, we're back to Launchpad again. Launchpad, I didn't say this before, he also acts as a checkpoint, so if you were to die, you would start by Launchpad. Sometimes that's cool, like here, but like in the moon, for example, he kind of takes you back a little ways. Anyway, we want to go by this guy, though. I'm not actually going to take his offer, but I need to go up this way. See? Hidden loot room. So all kinds of loot, all kinds of health. Worthwhile coming over here. In my video, I said that... Who cares? I said that if you allow Launchpad to take you back to Duckburg when you have a 7 in the 10,000s placeholder, he'll take you to like a hidden stage where you can get a little bit extra money. For such an obscure stage, you would think they would give you a lot of extra money, and they really don't. It's kind of neat. You can use these chests here. I thought there were 2 of them. Maybe there are 2. I don't know. To get a secret quick exit to the boss, you can bounce off it like this. Whoops, I didn't do it right. Here it is, yeah, there's a rope, you can go up the rope like this. It's kind of a weird thing. And I thought there was loot here or something. Anyway, if you go down that vine to my right, you'll go right to the boss. So for a shortcut's sake, it's worth doing this. However, I want to show you guys, an honest run through the game, so I won't be using it. Says there's a trick with that statue up ahead I still want to show. This part, it just gets a little chaotic. Oops. Alright, now here's the bribe statue. He won't let you pass unless you give him a bribe. Nope. And we're gonna bounce off this dude and just skip this part entirely. I don't like listening to these guys. I'm gonna try and jump over them. There we go. They normally say dumb things that aren't helpful. Thanks, brah. Oh, the ceiling collapses here. Not a problem. And we'll golf swing these guys and boss time. I'm getting a funny feeling that this isn't very fun. I mean, I don't know, I gotta rewatch it or whatever, but... No, I mean, I'm sorry, that's a funny thing to say. I'm feeling like I'm not making a very fun or interesting video right now. I'm really self-conscious about saying filler words, so I think it's kind of distracting. Additionally, it's hard to talk when you're playing these games. It's hard to say anything really meaningful or keep a straight line of thought. Let's go to the mines. We'll save the moon for last. So in all kinds of little ways, I'm kind of distracted. But I'll get us to this game. This is a funny part. To get through this door here, where the lock is, you'll need the key to get in. And it's in Transylvania. Now they'll do a really weird thing here. They take you back to Transylvania. And then this mirror, which normally doesn't take you anywhere, is suddenly accessible. And then there's a chest with a key in it, and it's like, okay, well, you got the skeleton key for the mines. And you leave again. Like, what a weird thing to do. I don't know. But the effect of that is similar to Launchpad. All the loot respawns. Although, it's only at the beginning, it's just $6,000. So, I don't know what the deal with that is. Is that some unique gameplay thing Capcom thought up? We'll come up here, get the red gem. The mines maybe get a little confusing. I don't know, you can follow it straight through, like in a linear fashion. Although at the beginning here, go to the right. Where was I going with this? Yeah, you can follow it straight through, but there are some cool hidden paths to take. But to remember them all, it takes a bit of, it makes the level kind of, I don't know, confusing. That's not really fair to say. I don't want to scare you guys off. It's not a bad level. There's a shortcut to the boss, and actually that's what we're going to do, to the right here. The level continues if you go down, but there's also a hidden route. Right here. And in this box, there's a 1-up. And following that, more loot, you know, just we'll come down here, and to the left, there's a slightly more difficult hidden room to get into. I mean, not really that difficult, but you need to look for it. And another life. Alright, now this stage does... Oh, my chest disappeared. I should have opened them. I mean, I think had I done that, I may not have been able to get up there. Alright, the stage does continue. I mean, you can keep going, and it goes deeper into the mine, and you circle back around. But the most lucrative way to go for this stage is back. We're going to backtrack a little bit. Remember this place? I told you to the right here is the shortcut to the boss. Now it's a little tricky. Oh, by the way, this lady will drop health on you. It's not particularly useful seeing as I'm full, but you need to make a leap of faith here. And just bounce off these dudes. They'll take you across. I'm gonna hit this thing. The whole reason we came over here, guys, is so I can hit that thing. Now, actually, the whole reason is because there's a hidden treasure in this stage, and it's worth just as much as the boss's treasure. So I'm gonna crack it open. It's a ring. And there's a whole message, there's music for it and everything. And suddenly our money has just jumped up considerably. Alright, now we're basically at the boss now, which is really cool for making the stage short. Let's see if there's anything in here. Yeah. If you go down, you'll be taken back to, into the, the meat of the stage that we skipped. And there's loot Let me show you. See? I'm like, oh, cool, loot. And there's maybe more. You know, I don't think I've ever actually played the whole stage through. But anyway, that's not necessary. Those 3 yellow gems aren't even really worth picking up. So let's just go to the boss. There might be loot in here. I'm trying to jump around for it. Oh, there's one. Yes. Yes. But here's the boss. You know, none of the bosses in this game are really hard. I mean, you could die. They could kill you. They're not, like, super easy. But they're really straightforward. He doesn't always go this way. He's just, I don't know, being a goofball. Easy fight, though. So this time, instead of like 1.4 million, we now have 2.2 million because of that hidden treasure in this stage. So what are we up to now? 6 point something million? Almost 7? How's my math? Yeah, almost 7, sure. Again, the goal for the special ending is 10 million, so you can see how, you know, we're well on our way there. Had I replayed some of these stages over and over, maybe we have a lot more. Okay, let's go to the moon. Isn't this music cool? Everyone likes this music. So do I. Yeah. Those gray guys are the worst in this stage. They're the worst part. I'll show you in a second why I think that, too. I mean, for one thing, they're kind of annoying. They're like the bees. Bitches. But there's a part later in where they're really annoying. Okay, anyway, we need to go to the right to complete the stage, but to make that accessible, we need to go up. So the first thing you'll want to do is go up on this pearly rope here. There's a lot to do in this stage. There, I'm saying again. You can really explore the ship and get all kinds of neat loot and stuff. And if you're in that game, if you're trying to get the best ending, it's worth exploring the whole ship. This is weird, isn't it? It screws you up sometimes. If you go down this pearly rope, you'll be dropped at like the beginning of the stage, so we're not going to do it. Because there's no reason to. There's no benefit. The first thing we want to do... okay, so this is the beginning of the ship, by the way. If you go to the right, you'll go deeper, like in the later part of the ship, but we want to go in the earlier part of the ship. Does that make sense? Go up first, that's what I'm saying. I think there's a loot here. Yeah, there it is, the red gem. Again, the red gems are cool. Alright, now, the gray guys, they get stuck right here, and this is what makes them really annoying. If you try to attack them, you're just going to get hit. So you jerk. To deal with this, what we're going to do is spawn one really slowly so that he doesn't get stuck. We'll creep up. He's not going to do it here. I didn't really... I'll show you it again. That wasn't a very good example. But you'll creep really slowly to the spikes. There's health here, by the way. And get him to like slide under the spikes and not get stuck. And then we'll attack him and move on. I'll try and show you again in a second. I'll have to go back through there. Guys, do this thing... and then it helps. I feel like I didn't explain it at all. Alright, key to the UFO is the item we need to complete the second half of the ship. You can explore the ship in any order you want to, in any way you want to. But I logically group it up like that. The part that leads to the key and the part that you use the key on. So here's our launch pad again. You can get all the loot in the stage, and then talk to Launchpad and he'll take you out. He also acts as a checkpoint, so now whenever I die, I'll spawn by Launchpad again. Alright, now, so here's what I'm talking about. Come on, play ball. For one thing, he hits you a lot. Alright, he gets stuck in the spikes. The problem is he gets stuck in the spikes. And this sucks. And there's no great way to kill him without getting hit. So I'm gonna wait till he gets out of there. Now what I want him to do is slide under the spikes, which he kinda did. And then go through there as fast as I can to stop him from spawning again. So he's stuck, so I'm going to despawn him, and then I respawned him by very gradually approaching the screen, like that, and I can get through there. So wait a second, Agent Lozen, you just like did all that stuff for like the last 2 minutes and it was just that dumb little trick? Yeah, I did. Sorry. It's important that you know. There's more loot, but we don't need to go this way. So now we're in part B. There's a loot over here. Which, none of this is really necessary, by the way. Some chests. Cool. You'd think there'd be something here, and there's really not. So, whatever. We'll crack open these chests. Those cheap yellow gems. And you know, there's supposed to be another box that spawns here. And I don't know where it's at. I've had this problem before. Let me see if I can spawn it. There it is. What's going on? What's the deal with that? And it's worth it for the red gem. And there's more loot against this wall, I think. I hope. I'll break all the blocks and find out. No, there's not. So for future reference, never go that way. Alright, we'll continue on. The thing we're looking for is to the left, and I'm going in the opposite direction for the loot, though. Oh, there's actually a little bit of it over there. These annoying jerks. Alright, the key to the UFO takes us through this door, so I can walk through it now because I have the key. Where'd he go? Which also gives us a controller. And the controller is what we need to finish the stage. So I'll show you how that works in a second. Now Gizmo Duck can blast through that wall. Cool. Hey, there's a hidden part right here. Let me see if we can get to it. And you're going to use all your life to get to it, by the way. You can kind of see a rope up here. Come on, let me through. Nah. Alright, you know what? Let's not do that in the future. There's a rope just above me. You can climb on top of it, and it'll take you to one of those ladies that tosses the ice cream on top of your head. It's not really cool. It's more of a novelty than anything, and it got me killed. But if you want to see all there is to see in Ducktales, yeah, try and get up there one day. Okay, there's one. I did get the Gizmo Duck controller, but there's one other thing that I really should show you. Honestly, this is a worthwhile trick. I know I've been rambling on about stupid stuff, but this is important. We want to go all the way up here until we exit the UFO from the top, and there's a hidden loot area, which is especially important because it's a hidden gem. It's a hidden treasure. That's what they call it. A little tricky. We'll need to bounce across these guys and then bounce across these nails. Really, it's not too bad. But here's our hidden loot, hidden treasure. And we get like a big $1 million injection into our bank account. So unlike a lot of the other stuff I've been talking about, this is really, really important that you do. Unless you don't care about the loot, which I've been telling you also. Alright, we're almost done. So I'm going back. Oh, by the way, grab onto this rope and climb it down. Why? Because you'll fall right into this pit if you don't. So you gotta be real careful. Is there loot in here? Is there life on Mars? Nah, whatever. Remember this platform from the Himalayas? Okay, nearly finished. Only got 2 health, by the way. This weird pillar you can't do anything with earlier in the game, but now that I have the controller, when I approach it, Gizmo Duck comes and blows it up. It feels really like tacked on, like, oh, let's put Gizmo Duck in there. He'll be a key for something. Is there loot over here? Kind of. I needed that. I was low on health. The smiling dog, who appears in every stage, I think. Any more loot? No. More health. I'm at full health. That's cool. Alright, whatever. I don't see any loot. Maybe up here? No? But here's the boss. I like the bass to this song. If you have a subwoofer, you can probably hear it. I play with just stereo speakers when I'm using my real NES. Actually, I bought a set of cool stereo speakers, and they're supposed to sound really good or whatever. They got good reviews, but there's no subwoofer to them. 2.4 million. However, on my PC and when I'm playing on the emulator to record videos like this, I get the benefit of the subwoofer. Gosh, look at that. Like 9.1 mil. Is that what I'm at? Had I replayed some of these stages, I'd definitely have over 10 million. Come to Dracula Duck Manor. Blah. Okay, we're back in Transylvania. And you would think, like, oh, this is kind of like in Mega Man, how there's the after the robot stages. So this is going to be like a special version of Transylvania. Well, not really. The only thing special about this... See, this is all the same stuff. I've already helped Louie. No, I didn't. I skipped him. Haha. But there's no loot in here at all. That's the most special thing about this, which is disturbing. Because you would think that for like the final area, they'd make an effort to make it really cool. I don't. It's not. It's. I mean, there's no loot anywhere. I'm sorry. Like the mobs drop the loot, but the actual loot from you know like in-stage pickups is not there. So like they have an extra lame version of the stage at the end, which is stupid. So there's normally a chest here. I came over here to show you, like, you know, there was this area at the bottom of the mansion where there's all kinds of chests, all kinds of money. It's not there. Anyway, you don't need to go that way. It was just as a demonstration. There's no loot. There's nothing fun in this stage. It sucks now, which is again super disappointing for a final area. The smiling dog and Huey, who I'm just going to ignore because you don't really need to get them. There's no lives, by the way. If you recall, there were 2 lives earlier, and I got both of them, but they're not here now. If we come over this way to the hidden area, there's no chest. Like, no, this is honestly really lame for a final area. Very, very lame. Then here's the best part. We're working our way to the boss room. So I'm gonna go through this hidden area. Remember the right mirror. Go through here. And just rather than fighting what's her name, like Magica Dispel or whatever, we're gonna fight a different final boss. It's totally uninspired, totally tacked on. So it's Dracula Duck. I've determined that in a way you sort of influence where his bat goes. You need to jump off the bat, by the way, to hit him. The bat, I think, kind of matches the maximum height of your jump or something. So he's not really high there, you see. That's why I wait for the bat to reach his max height, and then I jump on top of him. Otherwise, if you try and like jump off the bat immediately, like this, for example, see how he gets up there with me, and I can't bounce off him now. So wait him out a second, wait till he reaches max height, and then whoop, hit him. Max height. Which again is a factor of where I'm standing. And then we see evil Scrooge. No, if Scrooge is a billionaire, doesn't that make him evil to begin with? But wait, isn't Bill Gates a billionaire? He's a cool guy. Anyway, there's evil Scrooge, and he taunts you. And like the final sequence of the game is sort of like the opening credits where they're climbing up that pillar, trying to reach the loot, you know, of the animated series. I guess it's kind of like that. I don't know. This is stupid. The whole final area I'm very disappointed with. So here's the ending, by the way. And you know, there's, oh, you got all this loot. I have like 9 million bucks. Cool. And there's like a newspaper article. However, when you get the different endings, you can, you know, I should have showed you this crap. If you get the money ending where you have like 10 million bucks, instead of like a chest of money, there's like a huge pile of money. And then this newspaper article says something different in the good ending, the money ending. Although this doesn't change. And he's like, oh, I'm the richest duck because I have my family. You know, that's horse crap. But there's also a second hidden ending. Did I describe this earlier? There's a second hidden ending where if you don't collect a single gem throughout the entire game, there's a thing you can do where you press select and it'll drain 3 million bucks from your inventory and it'll heal you. So you drain out your inventory and heal yourself and get down to like literally $0. And when you get to the ending part there, Scrooge is crying because he doesn't have any money. So those are the endings. I should have showed you the thing with the heal and I didn't, but whatever. This is Ducktales. I screwed around a lot. I got a lot of the loot and it took nearly 40 minutes to beat. You can do it a lot faster when you know what you're doing. I only died maybe twice in this whole game. It's a fun game though. From the Mega Man 2 era, good music. good gameplay. The final level is total crap, but fun game. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. This is October, so I want to do a Halloween tips and tricks. And if I'm not too lazy, I'll pump one out. But you'll see that in maybe a week or two. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you next time.